Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you today? May you always be healthy and full of blessings. Before starting, let's start by reciting a prayer. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. May this prayer be a way for us to get intercession from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the Day of Judgment. Ameen. Hello Muslim friends, meet again with the Islamic Lantern channel. Before we continue, it would be nice if we support this channel by clicking the subscribe, like, comment, and share buttons. Come on, let's listen to the story. Seek knowledge as far as China. This hadith is very popular for anyone who knows the beauty and history of Chinese culture. A number of Muslims in China formed a new village. It is simple but beautiful. The village attracts the attention of tourists from various countries. For Muslims around the world, China is known as a country with an interesting spread of Islam and an amazing Islamic cultural heritage. China is the home of very old Muslim communities. The propagation of Islam in China began shortly after the Prophet Muhammad died in 632 AD. Islam entered China through land and sea trade routes in the mid-7th century. Arab and Persian traders established trade relations with the Chinese population through a route known as the Silk Road. Since then, Islam has developed in several areas in mainland China. Along with its development, the history of Islam in China cannot be separated from the leadership of Zhang Ho, also known as Admiral Zhang Ho. Zhang was known as a devout Muslim who lived during the Ming Dynasty, 1371 to 1435. Zhang Ho was one of the influential Muslims in the spread of Islam in China. However, over time, the spread of Muslims in China has encountered several obstacles, among them the political policies of the Chinese government. Therefore, Muslims often feel like a minority, marked by the emergence of several communities living in different areas. Xinjiang is the province with the largest Muslim community in China. Islam in China is growing rapidly among minority communities, and many convert to Islam due to the influence of culture and the universal values of the religion. In addition, there is support from families and existing Muslim communities, which helps strengthen Islamic beliefs and traditions. In the midst of modernization, many young people in China are beginning to study Islam, both in terms of spirituality and moral teachings, which they consider relevant to their lives. Despite challenges from the government regarding religious practices, the Muslim community in China has survived and continues to maintain its religious identity. Despite living as a minority, they have succeeded in preserving regional culture and historical relics of Islamic culture, such as museums, palaces, and mosques. Even more interestingly, the areas where they live have beautiful and amazing natural panoramas. Not surprisingly, a number of these areas have become China's main tourist attractions to this day. This Muslim village also has a traditional shopping center. Inside, there are various halal culinary delights and souvenirs typical of Chinese Muslims, from various types of jewelry and clothes to food. The Islamic nuance is very strong when you arrive at the Muslim village. The male population wears Arab-style head coverings, while the women wear headscarves, including girls with beautiful faces. Freedom of religion, including the choice not to embrace any religion, is a basic citizen's right guaranteed by the Chinese Constitution. Diversity of life between religious communities has been a necessity for hundreds of years. Urumi in Mongolian means beautiful grassland. Urumi is the capital of Xi'an province. Cultural attractions in this area include the Xinjiang Museum and the Yangonghang Mosque, also known as the Tartar Mosque. Urumi is increasingly charming with the panorama of the Tianhan Mountain in Tea Lake, or Heavenly Lake, which is located around the bluish snow mountains. In Urumi, there is also a Kazakh yurt Muslim village, which is located in the middle of the grassland. The Kazakh yurt residents live by setting up tent houses. Turpan is known for its Uyghur singing and dancing art performances, surrounded by vine fences. As for historical places, Turpan has the Sugong Tam Mosque, also called the Iman Minet Mosque, the largest mosque in Xinjiang province, and an ancient underground irrigation system called Kars in the Zhao area. In Turpan, there is a Muslim community known as the Uyghur Muslims. Dunhuang is one of the most important Silk Road areas in the spread of Islam to China. Dunhuang is known for its unique geographical location its beautiful grasslands and mountain foothills. Dunhuang continues to witness the presence of a Muslim community that contributes to trade and cultural exchange. The Muslim presence in Dunhuang reflects the greater influence of the Xi'an ethnic group, which is the largest Muslim ethnic group in the country. However, Dunhuang is better known for the Mogul caves containing ancient Buddhist art. Nevertheless, Islam continues to be an important part of the multi-religious history of the region. In Dunhuang, as in many other parts of China, Islam grew through the process of missionary work and cultural contact that occurred over the centuries. The presence of Muslim traders, especially from Persia and Arabia on the Silk Road, played a significant role in the spread of Islam in the region. Over time, some locals were attracted to the teachings of Islam and chose to convert. Kashgar, a city in China's Xinjiang province, shows strong Islamic culture and values. Even though this strategic city on the Silk Road is under the rule of China and its Communist Party, strong Islamic values and culture are evident from the majority of Kashgar's population, who are Uyghurs. As many as 84% of Kashgar's total population are Muslims. This area is very rich with the life and customs of the Uyghur Muslim community. Understandably, Kashgar is the birthplace of the Uyghur tribe since 2,000 years ago. In Kashgar, there is the Idka Mosque, which is said to be the symbol of Kashgar. The mosque was built in 1442. In addition to the Idka Mosque in Kashgar, there is also the Tomb of the Fragrant Princesses, a tomb with Islamic-style architecture. It is said to be called so because during the Qing dynasty, there was once a princess named Xi'an, whose body was always fragrant with date flowers. In every corner of the city are street names and shop names written in Uyghur with bare Arabic letters, in addition to being written in Mandarin and Latin. Likewise, the architecture of the buildings, with dome styles, dominates the structures in Kashgar. The Idka Mosque is the center of community activities in the city of Kashgar. The strong influence of Islam is also seen in the handicraft market. The majority of Kashgar men wear Kashgar-style Muslim caps. Tourists who come to Kashgar city will certainly visit the old city of Kashgar, the most interesting tourist destination here. There is a Muslim community that lives in a residential area that has existed since the 10th century. There are around 10,000 residents who live in this old city, all of whom are Muslims. Islamic architecture also strongly colors the housing in this old city. Islamic civilization in Kashgar is represented in the Kashi Museum, or commonly called the Kashgar Museum. It contains the history of the city of Kashgar from prehistoric to modern times. The collection consists of hundreds of prehistoric artifacts made of stone, clay, and metal. The oldest recorded artifact is from 10,000 years ago. The most interesting item is an artifact of Islamic cultural heritage in the form of writing that resembles a proposal letter, the contents of which show someone asking for money to be able to hand over their child. In addition, there is also an inscription that shows that the city of Kashgar has been part of China since ancient times. All of this shows that the Islamic religion, values, and culture can grow strong and continue to develop even under the Chinese Communist government. Lanzhou, the capital of Gansu province, is famous for its large Muslim population. Gansu province is often considered the birthplace of Islam in China and has a history of more than 1,300 years. Most Muslims in Lanzhou are from the Hui ethnic group. Lanzhou is located in Gansu province, and the Muslim population in this area is quite large. There is the largest mosque here, called Xi'an, which is built with traditional Arabic-style architecture. In addition to Xi'an, other tourist attractions include the Water Wheel Park and the Gansu Museum in Lanzhou have a very distinctive Muslim heritage. Lanzhou, located in Gansu Province, China, is one of the tourist destinations that is friendly to Muslim tourists. In this city, Muslims are the largest minority group. This condition makes it easy for Muslim tourists to find halal food when visiting Lanzhou. Several large restaurants there also provide places of worship, so Muslims are indeed a very dominant minority group in Lanzhou. This condition also affects the movement of business people there. It is important for Lanzhou beef noodles business owners to get halal certification. In addition, many restaurant entrepreneurs here are Muslim. Linxia is known as the Little Mecca of China. This is because along the foot of the mountains in this area, There are many Muslim villages with hundreds to thousands of mosques built in a blend of Chinese and Arabic architectural styles. In Linxia, there is a Muslim community called Madrasa. Linxia looks like any other city in China, with dull, monochromatic gray buildings and wide streets lined with red national flags. However, the mosques, minarets, and colorful headscarves make it unique. The mosques in Linxia are very diverse in architecture. Some have the typical structure of 4 minarets with a dome in the middle, which is common in other parts of the Islamic world. Other mosques with a single dome and minaret are scaled-down versions of large mosques. In the villages along the highway, some are made of marble and sandstone, while others are made of plain concrete. However, the most prominent are those that combine Chinese-style roofs or pagodas and carvings, but still maintain the basics of traditional mosque design. In many ways, it is like the Hui themselves, a minority community that has blended into mainstream Han Chinese society, but still prides itself on its distinctive beliefs and practices. Linxia's main street is lined with Hui shops, most of which are spice and dried fruit vendors. Carts of fresh dates stand on street corners. I stopped for a meal at a Xinjiang canteen, a hand-fed lamb restaurant known for its delicious lamb and lei mian pulled noodles. A strange choice for a vegetarian like me, but I was eager to soak up the atmosphere. The restaurant, neatly divided into private dining rooms, was packed with hungry customers, leisurely puffing on cigarettes and sipping plum tea. The aroma of tobacco wafted along with the spices mixed into the meat, creating an intoxicating mix. Smoking in restaurants and public places is still common in China. Islam in Linxia continues to grow. With more people converting to Islam, one can imagine a scenario centered on intercultural harmony and peaceful preaching. The story can be started with the return of a young Muslim scholar named Hassan from studying religion abroad, marked the beginning of a positive change in his hometown. Hassan, who has a deep knowledge of Islamic teachings and values of peace, began holding small meetings in local mosques to teach Islam in an inclusive, compassionate, and open manner, including dialogue with non-Muslim communities. Through Hassan's friendly and thoughtful approach, many people became interested in listening and learning more about Islam. His approach involved charity work, community service, and social projects that included building schools, health centers, and distributing food to the poor, regardless of their religion. Over time, as positive interactions between groups developed, the people of Linxia began to feel the benefits of Islamic teachings in their daily lives. They were attracted to the values of togetherness, compassion, and justice that Islam upholds. Through open dialogue, more and more people came to understand and accept Islam not only as a religion, but also as a way of life that harmonizes with local traditions. In recent decades, Islam in Linxia has grown rapidly, not only in terms of the number of its followers, but also in its positive influence on people's lives, where the values of peace, togetherness, and justice are the main foundations. Xining has a Muslim population of around 1.1 million recorded as of 2023. In Xining, there is no need to worry. Halal food is lined up along shops as far as the eye can see. Located in the central eastern part of Xining, south of Dong'an Road, the Dong'an Great Mosque is one of the largest mosques in northwest China. During the month of Ramadan, this mosque becomes the third largest gathering place for Muslims in the world, only surpassed by Mecca and Medina. With a large number of devout Muslims, Xining was built during the Han Dynasty, displaying the characteristics of the Western Chinese Empire. The most famous mosque in this area is Dongguan. The Xining area is also known for the beauty of the 4,400-meter Qinghai Salt Lake. This area features vast grasslands with sheep grazing peacefully. The Dongguan Great Mosque maintains a majestic appearance with its distinctive large green domes. However, this beautiful holy place is located right on one of the busiest roads in downtown Xining. It is a stark contrast to get off a crowded bus near the mosque and then walk 30 meters to a peaceful temple with birds chirping and trees swaying gently in the calm, reverent breeze. The mosque has a prayer hall that can accommodate up to 3,000 people. It now serves as an educational center in a higher education institution for Islamic studies, and is also a prominent mosque in Xinjiang. The Dongguan Grand Mosque in Xining has a long and ancient history. This beautifully constructed and large-scale mosque is one of the largest Islamic temples in China and the largest mosque in northwest China. It is also a major Islamic cultural center in Xining. Since 1988, Dongguan has been officially recognized as one of the most important Islamic mosques in China. The Dongguan Grand Mosque was originally built to serve the religious needs of the local Muslim population. Many streets in Xining also have a strong Islamic feel. Originally built during the Song dynasty, the temple was rebuilt during the Ming and Qing dynasties. The temple features several beautiful archways, many of which are heavily influenced by European architecture. The temple's floor area is over 6,000 square meters. Xining, located in China's Qinghai province, has a long history as one of the country's important centers for Muslims. The city is known as one of the centers of Islamic culture and religion in northwest China, with the majority of Muslims there being from the Hui ethnic group, one of the largest Muslim ethnic groups in the country. Islam was first introduced to Xining through Muslim traders who came along the Silk Road in the 7th and 8th centuries. They brought Islam along with their goods and settled in the area. Over time, the Muslim community grew rapidly, especially during the Ming and Qing dynasties. Xining also became an important stopover for Muslims making the Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca. Xi'an is also known as the terracotta area. This is because there is a collection of life-size pottery statues of warriors and their war horses. In Xi'an, there is the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang, founder of the Great Wall of China. In Xi'an lives a Muslim community called Beiyuan. This community mostly makes a living by trading or opening shops. If you visit the Great Mosque of Xi'an, Shanxi Province, China, try going around the Muslim village surrounding it. This Muslim village has a traditional shopping center. Inside, there are various halal culinary options and souvenirs typical of Chinese Muslims, from various types of jewelry and clothes to food. This Muslim village area is constantly visited by tourists, both domestic, from various regions of China, and from abroad. At lunchtime, it is definitely crowded, as well as at night. This area attracts tourists because it offers a variety of halal foods. The Xi'an area in Shanxi province is also suitable as an alternative stopover point on the Silk Road. Cultural and historical elements are very strong when tourists explore Xi'an. However, a distance of more than 3,500 kilometers separates the two places. Xi'an is indeed full of historical artifacts, such as ancient cemeteries and temples. Xi'an was home to poets and scholars, as well as being the territory of ancient Chinese dynasties before the 10th century. The famous Terracotta Army is located in the city, discovered in the mid-1970s. This UNESCO-recognized World Heritage Site consists of 8,099 life-size statues of horsemen protecting the tomb of Emperor Qin. Another similarity between Xi'an and Xinjiang lies in the Islamic religion practiced by their residents. Although the Xi'an residents are of Hui ethnicity, Xinjiang's population is of Uyghur ethnicity. The Islamic civilization that has lasted for centuries in Xi'an has inherited mosques with magnificent ancient architecture. The Grand Mosque in Xi'an is proof of the fusion of Chinese culture with Islamic civilization. In spring, this largest mosque in all of China looks extraordinary, with magnolia flowers enlivening the atmosphere. Chinese and Arabic calligraphy decorate some of its parts. Not far from the Grand Mosque, there is the Muslim Quarter area, which is a souvenir center as well as a culinary tourism center. Definitely very delicious. A typical Xi'an food answered Karaim regarding the food that tourists must try in the Muslim Quarter area. For a heavy meal, there are the thick, long, and wide bang bang noodles. The fresh and rich-tasting shuo should not be missed, plus a number of fine-textured dumplings swimming in the broth. One of the destinations offered is visiting the Muslim village in Wang. This is one of the new Muslim villages in China. In this village, there are around 90 houses with a population of 3,000 people. All of them are from the Hui tribe, which is a Muslim population in China. As we continued to step into the village, we suddenly saw many girls lining up neatly. The village here has a special school for girls. All of the female students at this girls' school wear orange headscarves. Their white and smooth bodies are neatly covered with long black robes. The beauty of this village attracts tourists with its very distinctive Oriental architecture. Not to mention, every house in this village is designed uniformly. In fact, every month there are 2,000 tourists who visit from various countries. During their visit, they don't forget to taste halal snacks in one of the houses that has been transformed into a place to eat. In practice, this activity has also improved the economic life of the local residents to some extent. The strong religion in this village can also be seen from the library built for local residents. There are books about Islam that residents use to increase their religious knowledge. China is one of the largest countries with the strongest economy in the world. This bamboo curtain country has 31 provinces, autonomous regions, and large cities that are under the direct administration of the central government. Of the many provinces, Xinjiang attracts attention because it has the largest Muslim population in China. Xinjiang has a capital city called Urumqi and borders 8 countries, namely Russia, Afghanistan, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, India, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. Located in northwest China, this region is the largest in the country. Like Tibet, Xinjiang is autonomous, which means that in theory this region has some of its own powers, although it remains under the strong influence of the central government. Xinjiang is home to 26 million people, with around 58% of its citizens being Muslim. Xinjiang's population consists of Uyghur, Han, Kazakh, and Hui ethnic groups, with the largest Muslim groups coming from the Uyghur and Hui ethnic groups. Others, such as Tajik and Kazakh, also adhere to Islam. Xinjiang's historical journey began with several decades of leadership, starting from the Turan government to the government of the People's Republic of China, PRC. In 1840, a conflict broke out that led to the evolution of the H, a violent clash between the Han and Hui people. Finally, in 1884, the revived Qing dynasty took over the southern region, the Tarim Basin, and the northern region, the Tianhan-Zungar Basin. Shortly thereafter, the Qing dynasty merged the two groups and officially gave them a new name, Xinjiang, which means new frontier. Since then, Xinjiang has become a new province inhabited by the majority of the Uyghur Muslim population. The Uyghur Muslim community entered Xinjiang in 840 AD after the Uyghur kingdom collapsed due to internal conflicts, attacks by the Jigi tribe, and natural disasters. The Uyghur ethnic group, which originated from the ancient Turkic tribe, moved from the Tura River, the Oron River Valley, and the Singa River Valley to Xinjiang, and finally became part of China after going through long historical events. Xinjiang is now dominated by the largest Muslim population. The Uyghur people are the largest ethnic group in Xinjiang and are culturally different from the majority of the Chinese population. They speak a language similar to Turkic and feel closer culturally and ethnically to Central Asian countries. The Uyghur ethnic group is mostly Sunni Muslim, and now in Xinjiang, there are 12 Uyghur ethnic subgroups living in the region, which are famous for the beauty of their women. The rapid growth of Muslims in Xinjiang is marked by the presence of 24,000 mosque buildings. As a province, the number of mosques in Xinjiang far exceeds the number of mosques in Malaysia, which only has around 6,277 mosques. With a Muslim population of around 12 million, this means that one mosque in Xinjiang can be used by around 500 Muslims. In general, the Xinjiang region consists of deserts, hills, lakes, forests, and grasslands. Only around 41.2% of Xinjiang's area can be developed for agriculture and plantations. The indigenous people of Xinjiang in the north generally work as herders, while in the south as farmers. Many Uyghurs also work in the mining, cotton manufacturing, and petrochemical industries. Local handicrafts, such as carpets and traditional household items, are also popular. In urban areas, some Uyghurs have found employment through the Chinese government's Affirmative Action Program. Xinjiang is rich in natural resources such as oil, natural gas, coal, nickel, and gold. The province is also an important route on the Silk Road, which stretches from Lanzhou, Gansu, to Urumqi. It is no wonder that the Chinese government has established various industries in Xinjiang, such as cement factories, petrochemicals, agricultural equipment, textiles, sugar, and food processing. As a large province, Xinjiang consists of several regions. Urumqi is the largest and most developed city in the province. Complete public facilities are available in Urumqi, including an airport and railways that are major transportation hubs. Life in Xinjiang is inseparable from its distinctive culture and traditions, from language to dance. Thanks to its uniqueness, UNESCO has designated Xinjiang as an intangible cultural heritage. In terms of food, the Uyghurs offer cuisine influenced by Central Asian elements, such as pilaf, a type of fried rice with carrots and lamb, or chicken cooked in oil and onions. Xinjiang is also a destination for tourists from all over the world because of its natural beauty, such as Kizil Lake, Tianqi Lake, and the old city of Kashgar with its mud buildings. In addition, tourists can enjoy various halal foods in Xinjiang, such as Middle Eastern fried rice and naan bread. In short, Xinjiang is an autonomous region that is very different from other regions in China. In the vast plains of China, a large Muslim civilization has grown and developed, with millions of Muslims and tens of thousands of mosques standing. This is an interesting picture of another side of China that is worth continuing to observe. Islamic life here is strong, and Xinjiang has the potential to become one of the safest Muslim-populated areas in China, accompanied by a strong level of tolerance. Although under Chinese rule, harmony between Muslim communities and other ethnicities continues to be built. This opens up great opportunities for the development of Islam that is more integrated with local culture, but still maintains its identity and uniqueness. If stability and mutual respect continue to be maintained, Xinjiang can be an example of diversity and tolerance amidst China's plurality. Hopefully, Muslim villages in China can be an example to the world in terms of tolerance, harmony, and diversity. With the experience of living side by side and respecting each other among various ethnicities and religions, they can show that differences can be a force that enriches society. With the right approach and commitment to maintaining the values of peace, it is hoped that this model of life can be adopted in various other parts of the world. This is the end of our video. If you enjoy Islamic content like this, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.